On January 5th, 2024, this terrifying CCTV camera footage was recorded in Thailand. The elderly man was unloading the bags from his car with his wife when the lorry rammed the vehicle from behind. Footage shows the driver gesturing to take another bag, but his vehicle was pushed forward by the out-of-control 10-wheel lorry. He leapt backwards, just inches from being struck by the vehicle. The culprit of the accident, who was not injured as a result of the accident, fell asleep at the wheel. The resident said that the police will make the lorry driver cover the cost of the damaged vehicle. This dashcam footage was recorded on March 11th, 2023 in Budapest, Hungary. It was a super clear day with dust being blown across the highway on what seemed like a stretch of around 20 meters. Only when you reached it, it was not just a little dust, but instead almost no visibility at all, and it lasted way longer than a few meters. As you can see on screen, none of these cars had enough time to slow down in time, and about 40 cars collided together. Most cars gradually slowed down to avoid people slamming into them from behind. A man in Nagaland, India jumps off of an excavator at the last second before it slides and falls off a cliff. He saved himself from getting crushed to death. The heavy machinery slipped and the worker reacted fast enough and could jump out in time. It seems he fell with the heavy machinery, but thankfully he could stand up pretty quick after. On January 1st, 2024, this terrifying dashcam footage was recorded while the driver was still inside heading back home. The video is very likely from one of the few spots that felt Shindo 7 intensity. Shindo is the scale Japan uses to measure the intensity. Likely somewhere within the Noto Peninsula, either next to the epicenter, rupture, or even right above it. The power was so intense that even the power lines were falling apart. It seems the houses are about to collapse, but thankfully, most newly constructed houses in Japan can resist earthquakes. The loudspeakers were already broadcasting, probably saying the alert for the earthquake. Depending on how far this is from the epicenter, I recall reading that some parts of Japan can receive a few minutes lead time before it hits them. A DUI suspect was arrested after a tow truck slammed into more than a dozen vehicles last weekend in El Monte, authorities said. A witness recorded part of the June 6th rampage on video, which shows the tow truck ramming several parked cars in a strip mall parking lot as onlookers gasp in horror. The first hit in this video was over a block away, then he missed a whole bunch of cars and nailed the crunch car, probably from behind, and his truck got turned into the parking lot and he just kept his foot on the gas through the gate and into all the other cars. After the truck hit a cinder block wall, several bystanders began throwing objects at the driver's side door and window, which shattered. Several of them then entered the cab of the vehicle, where a struggle ensued. The drunk driver was confronted by the witnesses around, and the police officers quickly came to arrest him.
No tow truck!
Back up and clear for the ambulance, okay? People need to get checked out. There's people in the car. I understand we have officers out there.
The suspect and two others were hurt in the altercation. The driver wasn't aggressive with the officers, but he was definitely drunk as he wasn't able to walk without their help. Police arrived and took the driver into custody on suspicion of DUI and felony hit and run. His identity was not immediately released. The damages were consequent and multiple cars crashed, raising the total to thousands of dollars.
What the fuck are you doing?
On June 28, 2024, one of the major airports in India suddenly had its roof collapse at the Delhi's Airport Terminal 1. Chaos erupted after the roof collapse that was triggered by heavy rains in the Delhi NCR region caused significant damage, with several cars struck by falling debris in the departure zone of the Terminal 1. The international airport has also announced the compensation of 20 lakh rupees for the family of the deceased and also 3 lakh rupees for the other injured. The tragic incident occurred around 5 a.m. as torrential rains battered Delhi and the portion of the roof, including support beams, gave way, crashing into parked cars in the departure zone. The heavy rains have led to inundated roads and severe traffic jams in the area. Consequently, flights to and from Terminal 1 have been cancelled until further notice. Building and maintaining are the questions, not just building. A perfectly built building won't survive poor maintenance. This happened in Tagbilaran, Bohol, May 16th, and he was caught by a police staff sergeant. Although his name is not known, he has a Facebook page named Moto Sikop. There, he posts his patrols around the city of Tagbilaran. The suspect, however, has already had previous criminal records, and apparently he just got out of the joint, and the reason why he ran was because he didn't want to go back. The suspect made numerous dangerous turns before the police officer went next to him, but he wasn't intending to stop. At one of the intersections, the driver almost collided with another biker, but managed to avoid it. To give a little bit of background story, the police tried to pull over the motorbike driver for not having a helmet and probably license plate on the back. The driver resisted to stop and started a chase. At a turn, he purposely let his motorcycle crash into the officer's one, leading him to fall, but he immediately got up and started to chase the driver. He was then arrested and probably arrested for his crimes.
Bisag gingato ko nimo pag-relax nga.
Mo break motor sir.
Kana maguinga na. Kapila na kana peso kan tinod. Kadaga na.
Emergency work is underway after a collapse at a Coquitlam, BC construction site that was caught on camera this week. The jaw-dropping video was posted on social media Thursday afternoon, showing cracks forming in a shoring retention wall at a development near Foster Avenue and North Road.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. There she goes! Holy fuck! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Everybody off!
A section of the wall then breaks off, tumbling several stories into an excavation site and unleashing a torrent of soil behind it. The incident also resulted in a cavity in the soil in the area adjacent to the property, according to the company, which added that there does not appear to have been any immediate infrastructure damage. At least 12 people were killed in a huge gas explosion in central China on Sunday, state media reported. The blast took place at about 6:30 a.m. local time in the Jiangwan district of Xi'an City in Hubei province, according to local authorities. Authorities have rescued 138 from the area, including 37 with serious injuries, according to state-run news outlet CCTV, quoting local officials.
满目沧桑啊！ 这边玻璃全部震碎了。
The city's municipal office initially said many people were trapped after the incident. Images circulating on social media, which appeared to be from the scene, showed rescue workers in orange jumpsuits working through the wreckage of flattened houses. The cause of the accident is under investigation, according to the city government.